Mexico is controlled by the cartels. Like Chuck Todd couldn't find his ass with both hands, a flashlight, and a team of search dogs because approximately 70,000 Americans have died from fentanyl poisoning in the last year. Good morning. My name is Willie Lawson, and this is the Morning Report. The Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. We trust that you are well this Monday morning. It's a little, it rained a little this morning, which kind of got some of the pollen out of the air and put it back on the car that I had washed yesterday. Anyway, um, yeah, 3 days, two major banks go down. Something's going on. I'm not here to scare people. I'm not here to freak you out. I'm not here. I don't think that that's the right thing to do because panic is the absolute worst thing that can happen right now. Panic is the worst thing that can happen. I live here in Florida, and I've said many times that panic is not preparation, not at all. So I am not going to be part of the panic parade that is out here on the internet today. I'm not going to be. Try to prepare yourself. Try to do what you can for your family and yourself and your finances. But panic is not a good option. That's going to perpetuate the problem. So we can talk some about that for sure. We're going to talk a little bit about my governor and NBC and whatever else pops up, if anything. Again, my name is Willie Lawson. This is the Morning Report. Hey, listen, a couple of shows ago, we did a video on Tucker Carlson and Donald Trump that absolutely, for us, did very well. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Appreciate that you're here. Please do me one favor. Now that you're a subscriber, you are part of our marketing, our marketing department. Even if you're sitting home naked on a beanbag chair, having a bag of Cheetos, you are our marketing department. Please tell your friends, share, like, subscribe, comment like you've been doing. We appreciate that. Our next goal after 500, of course, is 1,000. I was hoping to get to 500. We did. Thank you. Now our next goal is on to 1,000. All right, we'll be back right after these messages. Well, hey everybody, my name is Willie Lawson, and you guys know that I do a lot of stuff on the internet, and you may think with what's happening on Twitter and what's happening on Facebook and what happened to Parler that the mainstream social media sources are really trying to rid themselves of conservative voices, and you'd be right. They most certainly are. But you know what? It isn't as bad as you think it is. It's worse. But there are people who are willing to be platformed for free speech. One of those places is freedomforum.website. Freedomforum.website. You can go there and speak your mind. So come join us. Enjoy the freedom. Enjoy the fun. If you are a true blue conservative, small businesses are near and dear to your heart. They are the lifeblood of our life and economy. I believe this, and that's why my florist is not a website or phone number. My florist is Blooming Days Flower Shop, Tampa's premier flower shop. At 11618 North Florida Avenue here in Tampa, Florida, and at 6835 State Road 54 in Newport Richey. Call Christine at 813-933-1942 and at 727-232-6900. She can also be reached on the web at www.bloomingdays.com. One of the things that I get asked most is where can I get information that is not tainted with liberal bias, especially here in the Tampa Bay area. Well, now I have the answer. tbctampa.com, a website by and for Tampa area conservatives. Tampa's leading conservative voices speak freely at tbctampa.com, and you can too. So join the fun and enjoy the freedom at tbctampa.com. My name is Willie Lawson, and this is the Morning Report. Welcome back to the Morning Report. You know, we were warned by the founders about two things. Now, this is like some sort of Shakespearean play. We were warned about two things. We were warned about political parties and the danger of political parties, and we were worried about central banks. So as America's economic turmoil continues to spread fear amongst consumers and depositors, U.S. Rep. Tom Massey, Republican from Kentucky, went to Twitter to explain how the clumsy hand of government, specifically the Federal Reserve, which is not government. The Federal Reserve is a privately owned bank. I don't think a lot of people understand that. The Federal Reserve is not a part of the U.S. government. It's a privately owned bank, and enabled both the malfeasance and the failure of the Silicon Valley Bank. First, the representative explains that the Fed's role as Santa Claus by keeping the interest rates artificially low for years. Sometimes the interest rate was a negative interest rate. Yes, imagine being able to borrow money and having a bank give you extra money because you borrowed money. Wow. That spurred economic growth and, quote, nudged those with cash to spend into venture capital, which in turn necessitated an institution like Silicon Valley Bank. Okay. Second, we talked about the Fed's arsonist behavior demonstrated by its actions by creating $5 trillion out of thin air. There's suddenly one day there was not 5 trillion, and the second day there was $5 trillion. Now, nobody earned it, nobody sold product, nobody did services. It was just there for Congress to spend. It didn't exist. This is a problem with central banks with money, with currency based on nothing except the good faith of the bah, right? Money that just didn't exist. Third, The Fed then changed hats from arsonist to firefighter because they caused this problem. They came to the rescue to fight inflation by rapidly increasing interest rates to their highest level since 2008 financial crisis. Consequently, venture capitalists, startup deposits like Silicon Valley Bank slowed down while the now failed bank's assets lost value. So they pump money in, or by lowering interest rates, let those things just rise up like this. And when that caused inflation, because it will, they came in to try to slow it down, try to stop it, right? And guess what? The assets that these banks like Silicon Valley Bank had started losing value because of inflation. Inflation's a tax, right? Fourth, the Fed is now likely to act as a trauma doctor, Massey explained, which will see the Fed put its Santa Claus hat back on with the same consequence. We have this thing. So what they're going to do now is start lowering interest rates, right? They're going to start. This equation, Massey argued, is why Americans would be better off if the Federal Reserve Bank did not exist to socialize the risk of insiders while distorting our economy, destroying down to net value on currency. We were warned against this. We'd be better off without the Federal Reserve. We'd be better off without a central bank. Then the market, people, you and I, would determine the economy. Not this private bank. Again, it's a private bank. They exist for the health and welfare of the people who are part of its network. Not you. Dang on, sure, not me, right? The Federal Reserve exists for the health and welfare of those that are in its network, not the American public, not the American economy, even, but for themselves. That's why they can keep playing and screwing with the currency, which is completely damaging to the rest of us. Now, with the second bank on Sunday, Signature, failing, now they're going to come in and save us all. I don't trust them, and neither do you. Don't panic. Prepare. Don't give them reason to do more.